Hello again, this is Donna. What I'd like to do today is I'm going to tell you a little story, and I'm going to be doing a new videos, and I'm going to focus on a dog that we got from the animal shelter, and I'll show you a picture of her. And pretty, isn't she? She was a stray dog that was picked up on a very busy street and everything and taken to the animal shelter. She was taken in on the 5th of October, and we actually adopted her on the 10th. She was stated as a shepherd mix white, approximately 2 years old. She was not spayed, and she did not have a microchip. No one came to claim her, so after the 5th day, I guess she was up for adoption. She weighed in at about 47 pounds, and what we did was 2 days later, we made the appointment there at the shelter, and they did the neuter spay, and our entire cost was $40 because they were running a special for October. She had a microchip. She got her 1-year license, and she got her shots, and she was spayed, and I think that was all that was included. We got her license and everything in the mail. We got all of our paperwork done up for the microchipping and got all the information put in there. We didn't have anything for dogs, so my granddaughter and I made a trip to PetSmart, and we picked up a halter and some treats and different little things, and made sure that we got bedding from Costco and stuff, and then went to Walmart and we picked up some leashes, and we also picked up these treats, and these are we support the veterans because my husband is a veteran and our son is a disabled veteran. And these are called Vet Dogs Soft and Moist Dog Treats, and then we also picked up some other treats so she's not getting the same thing every time. We're going to be using these for her for some of her training, and she doesn't have any common sense when it comes to some things. Apparently she was never trained. She must have been an outdoor dog. Maybe she was just kind of traumatized. We don't know. We did teach her to sit, and she's learning to stay. She does not lead well on a leash or her harness or anything, and so that was kind of a difficult thing when we took her down to get her fixed and everything. My husband has been coming out here, and he used to train dogs, and he's walking her around the yard with her harness, and we did get a choker chain. We do use the leash also. She's got a couple of name tags on her, one on her harness and one on her collar, so if one gets lost, we definitely always have a backup. I was born in the 50s, and we had dogs, and our dogs were working dogs on the farm. They also were on the farm to protect our animals or to protect us from, like bobcats and panthers and any kind of stray wild animals that would come on the property. We lived in Oklahoma, out in the country. So I was never allowed to have a dog even later down the years in our home. So this is kind of a new thing for me, having a bigger dog. I've had to get over the fact that, she's got hair and she sheds and she's coming in the house and she's outside and everything. So I put that all aside because Molly is going to be spending a lot of time with our great grandson that we have guardianship of, Turtle, and you probably have seen Molly on some of his little videos and shorts, because he is a nonverbal autistic, and he is learning to be compatible with a dog, and he's been around a couple and he's done very well. He's not allowed to be out here alone with her, so my husband or I are out here, or another adult person, just so that we want to make sure everything's okay. The first day that we brought her home, she followed Turtle around the yard and everything, and he kind of laughed and thought it was pretty cool. And then the next few days later, my oldest daughter brought over Turtle's little sister, and we're going to call her Morning Dove. And you'll see a couple little videos with her in it. And she is approximately 14 months, I think 15 months. And she's just a little tiny thing, and we brought her out here, and she did beautifully with Molly, and she wasn't afraid of the dog. Molly just seemed to follow her around. She was very gentle with the little one, and it's just unbelievable considering that she doesn't stay seated, sitting down, and that kind of a thing. So we're like, okay, but she was just wonderful with the dogs, with the little kitties. Sorry. I'd like to show you a little bit, and let me introduce you to Molly. This is going to be Molly's journey with an autistic child, and she's right over here. Molly, come here, girl. Come on, come over here. This is Molly. Look up there, Molly. No, don't eat my phone. Okay. Anyway, silly dog. Come on, looky. There she is. Anyway, she's going to be learning all kinds of things. She loves to lay over by the back porch. Now, look at here. She's just sitting here beautifully right at my feet. Nope, there she goes. My granddaughter thinks that she might have a little bit of husky mixed with her because she is a runner. And but my daughter-in-law believes that maybe she's a white Swiss shepherd mixed with a regular white shepherd. So we're going to do a DNA and be kind of interesting because we really want to know. So we've been doing a little bit of research and everything, and so we know what kind of training she needs, her care and everything as far as her teeth and her ears and everything, and regular vet visits and things like that. She did have her first bath, and my granddaughter said that she was totally a butthead because she wouldn't stay next to her. She kind of drug my granddaughter into the pet place to get bathed. Olivia said that she loved the water and everything, the shampoo and everything's great. She didn't like her face being washed, and she definitely did not like the blower. As soon as she brought her home, of course, she ran out into the yard, and first thing she did was go roll in the grass. So it's kind of an experience for all of us. She has her doghouse out here on the back porch. She has been in the house quite a bit. In our garage, we're just not real sure as to what her habits are, bad habits and things like that, and not sure because our garage, family room, office, and our hangout and Donnie's Turtle's play areas there. So we have a bunch of computers and things like that, so we're not real sure if she would do any chewing or anything like that. So I guess that's things that we have to take into consideration. She loves to lay here at the doors here coming out onto our patio, and she just lays there and she watches inside the house, and as soon as Donnie comes home, her ears perk up and she's ready to play. Turtles has to have his snack and everything, and then he gets to come out and play with her. And he comes out today, and he was just laughing and having a really great time with her. She's out there chasing her tail and everything. She's funny. She's got a really beautiful coat, and we picked up some dog food down at Costco. My daughter-in-law recommended that we get a salmon sweet potato dog food because it was good for her coat, because she does have a double coat and she'll do a lot of shedding when she does something called a blowout. And I already did a little research on that. Oh, but anyway, we have her brush and her combs, and she does get brush, and she loves it 2 or 3 times a week. She lays down and she wants you to rub her belly, and it's just amazing that we really have lucked out. She is so totally sweet. I don't know how she does with strangers and stuff. Not anybody that I know of has been over. I know so far she seems to be okay with anybody. Would be nice if she would, if somebody tried to break over our fence or something and break in her house, that she would be a good watchdog too. Next door, there is an older black dog, Morgan, and a smaller dog, and she has made friends with them. And she goes over and she barks and plays at them, and they run up and down the fence and just have a really good time. She was afraid of our house cat. First time she all of a sudden looked up and like was skidding all over the floor and trying her best to get out of the room as fast as she possibly could. And then she ran, and then she turned around and looked at the cat and like, "Arr, arr." Anyway, Venom, our black cat, definitely scared the snot out of her. And so they just kind of look at each other, they tolerate each other, and so hopefully things will be a little bit more compatible there and everything. She's really pretty, isn't she? I think we really lucked out. A couple of years ago, we had a couple of stray dogs that come up into the yard, and one of them was a white dog, and she was a very small dog. She was really pretty and everything, and I thought, well, if our grandson, great-grandson, ever was at the point to where he would understand more and have more exposure to animals and dogs, that, you know, I always thought a white dog would be perfect. So every time I go out into our gated front patio, leave my gate open and go out to the trailer when I do some things in and out, I always assumed that maybe someday that little white dog would show up and be in our yard. When we went down to the kennels at the animal shelter, we actually were looking at a different dog, and then we started walking around, and oh, my ears, it was just terrible because these dogs were just bark, 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 barking, and I mean the small dogs, the big dogs, and growling at you and this and that and stuff and everything. So I kind of looked at her and everything and went on. She was in a kennel with some smaller dogs. And then I came back, looked at her again, and my husband's off looking around, and I thought, okay, she's awful pretty. She looks small because we didn't want a real big dog. And so I went and got one of the attendants, and I told her that, you know, we raise our great-grandson and have guardianship, and that he has a little sister, and then I have another great granddaughter, and she's about 3 months old. And I was telling them about the autism and everything, and she said, I have a family member who has autistic, and she said I would definitely feel that this dog, and they were calling her Raid, that she would be very good with an autistic child, and she said I would recommend her. And this dog was just laying there in the kennels, and she wasn't really doing much at all. And so I walk away, and all the dogs are still barking and going on and on and on, and I come back, and she just kind of tilts her head, and she just kind of looks at me. She was the only dog in that animal shelter kennel that was not barking, and that was my first good point. Whew! She wasn't barking. She just kind of tilted her head and just got that pretty little face, and she was like, don't you want to take me home? Okay. All right. So I told my husband, we talked about it, and we decided to go ahead and bring her home. We had a 30-day trial to see how things would work out. And we'd already bought all of these things and everything, and we kind of went back and forth, but we did agree with each other that if somewhere down the line we don't keep her and we're not able to, you know, because of our health, physical, or maybe because of our age and everything, then we would make sure that we would get some help from my youngest daughter and my daughter-in-law. We would make sure that we found a good home for her, and we promised each other that we would not take her back down to the SPCA or to the animal shelter, because that's just definitely not a place for her. And we feel that she is extremely a good dog, and she would definitely be very beneficial to our family at this time and everything. But down the line, if that does change, then we definitely have enough information to where we would be able to find her a good home. Because when we took her, there actually was absolutely no information on her whatsoever. It was a real chance. And so far, she's been with us approximately 6 weeks. She's healthier. Her skin and her coat looks so much better. She was originally 47 pounds, and when we had her spayed, she weighed out at 44 pounds. In a 5-day, about an 8-day period, apparently, she had lost about 3 pounds. She's not going to be a real heavy dog because of her breed. We do believe that the Swiss German Shepherd, more likely she does not have the drop down hips like a regular German Shepherd dog. If anybody out there has any comments, or you have any recommendations or anything like that, please feel free to make a comment and everything. This is going to be Molly's journey with an autistic child, and you can see some of the videos of Molly and other family members already on my channel here. But she's going to be in training, and we will be doing a lot of videoing, just her, without anyone else out here, either be myself or my husband. And this way you get to know a little bit more about her. She does love to chase her tennis ball. She's totally a clumsy goofball because she don't know how to catch a ball, period. She's been real good chasing a ball, and I've taught her to drop the ball for me when she comes back, because I told her if she didn't drop the ball, I wasn't going to play with her. Now she's sitting there. Let's see if you can see her. She's just sitting there now with one of her toys, and she's been a very good girl. And let's try and see how she does. I'm going to try to work the camera and also do this. Molly, come here. Come on, come here. Come on. Molly, I want you to sit. Can you sit? Now, I put these treats in my pocket, and believe it or not, she has finally, after 6 weeks, she has discovered the smell of the treats. Uh-oh, I dropped one. I'll let her eat that, and I'm going to have her to sit for me. Oh, no, you only had the one. Okay, now, sit. Molly, 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 pay attention. Sit. I'm not a dog trainer, but I'm learning. Come here, hey, Goofus. Okay. Turtle came over to the patio door, and she's like, I gotta go see my Bubba. Come here, come on. Molly, now I want you to sit. Molly, good girl. Stay. Stay. You're being a very good girl. Now, okay, that's not, no. Get out of my pocket. Sit again. Come on, sit. Now stay. All right, now you can have your treat. Anyway, I'm not an expert at this, but she is really good about sitting and staying for me, and she's been terrific. She loves to chase the ball, and sometimes throw it up in the air, and she's actually only caught it 2 times for me. Normally, if I throw the ball, she totally, if I can find one here, she totally just runs over it. She has no common sense on catching the ball or anything. Finally, she will catch it, and she does bring it back to me. And she knows that if she doesn't drop it, I won't play ball with her. Sometimes she only chases it about 3 times. Oh, there it is. 3 or 4 times. No, Molly, hold on. And then she goes over and lays down. She's totally pooped out. We have a big yard, so she runs around the yard. Let's see, you ready? Come on, go get the ball. I hope I get that on there. We have a big yard, so she does a lot of running, and boy, she runs at high speed. Drop the ball. Drop it. Come on. Good girl. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Very good. Okay, like I said, I'm not real good at this, but I definitely will learn. Go on, get it. There she goes. So, see, she's such klutzy. She can't catch it. She just goes over there and... Here, that's a good girl. Drop the ball. Drop. Drop the ball. Sit. Sit down. Very good. All right. Anyway, follow Molly on her journey. Give us a thumbs up. Share with your family and your friends. And definitely come back and watch us again. Subscribe and you hit that little bell. And you will be seeing some videos that I've already posted, shorts and longs. Mostly all shorts of her and Turtle and family members. And we'll just see how she does from now on. But anyway, subscribe, hit the little bell, give me a thumbs up, and come back and visit me again.